straight from the automotive industry event of the year, NADA 2025. Chicks in Charge and Authenticom are bringing you the biggest names in automotive. From industry disruptors to game-changing innovators, we're getting the inside scoop on what's next for the auto world. This is where leaders talk and the future takes shape. Are you ready? Buckle up and let's dive in.
Welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, of course, live at NADA. I just got a surprise little guest added on, and I think you're really going to like him. So we have right here Dave Perry, who is the CEO of Blink AI, and Ashleigh Norton. Remind me of your title.
VP of Marketing.
VP of Marketing. I knew it was marketing. Both with Blink AI. We are very excited to have you guys on today. Thank you so much, and I'm glad that you got to step into and be a part of this, and I hope that that we can do a little something good for you. So we were talking a little bit before we started recording, and you are not the founder of Blink AI, but you are the CEO, and came into this role. How did that journey go?
Well, I had actually known one of the co-founders, the one that was acting as CEO at the time, and both technical guys, brilliant co-founders. They've created a really amazing product, and the journey of most entrepreneurs is, you build out a company and you got to put the right talent in the right places.
Right.
And so they'd gotten the company to a point about 2 years ago where it grown, it got a good product market fit, and now they needed to scale the company up. But that wasn't the expertise of the current co-founder. And I got to give great applause to him for being able to recognize that and reach out to somebody. He reached out to me because I mentored him previously in another program that I was doing in Austin with a startup program called Capital Factory.
Nice.
And I first joined the board and then identified some opportunities for the company to begin a market scaling operation in a much bigger way. And so he asked me to join as the CEO. And the biggest sell I ever made in my life was convincing my wife it was time to go back and do a full-time startup gig again, because that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. So
it's been great.
Were you with the company when he came on, or did you come on after too?
I was not. I started December 16th of 2024.
Ashleigh's our newest employee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
28?
So how did this transpire for you? That's a big role to just jump into, not working up in the company. And I always love stories of bringing in outside help, because obviously you're good at what you do. What were you doing before that?
I have been in automotive for 10 years now. I was the director of marketing for another consulting company, Proactive Dealer Solutions.
Nice. I've heard of them.
They have an AI solution as well. And I got an email from a recruiter who said she actually said she was recruiting for a CRM, an automotive CRM company. And I was like, that could be fun.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, Blink AI, have you heard of them? I'm like, done a lot of research. That's not a CRM, but let's go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, as soon as I met Dave, I met the entire team. I was just all in. Yeah. All in. Everybody on the team is knowledgeable, but also authentic.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're there to help. We're there to help. So I was definitely in. And then you reached out, and it's been an amazing journey. We've had an amazing show for everything that we went through to get here together.
You were telling me about that. You were running around like crazy, don't know where your luggage is, and but we've talked about that on the show so far. So many different stories of how people just endured to get here, flying to a certain place and then having to drive the rest of the way, or just saying screw it and driving the whole way.
Yes.
And I've mentioned it so many times up, in the episodes prior to this. The word of this event, I can guarantee, will be resilience.
Oh yeah.
That you can just face us with absolutely anything, and we're going to push through.
Yep.
We're going to find our way through. We're going to make it, and we're going to pave new roads. Really.
Every industry says that they're unique, but automotive that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's resilience. We will find a way. No matter what hits us, COVID, we found a way. And that's everybody that's here today. It's just a huge buzz. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, this group of people, and I say group of people like it's, 15 to 20 of them, is I don't know. We've got to be pushing over 5,000. I know for sure. And I know that they were worried about not all the attendees coming, but they made a post last night, and there was still more flights coming in today. That 70% of people who registered have shown up, which
So crazy.
considering the fact that the airport was literally closed for like a day and a half. The New Orleans airport, there's snow on the ground everywhere. Driving in was scary as it was. So, I mean, what does that say about all of us? And that, knowing that people are coming to see these exhibitors, they're coming to see the vendors, they're coming to learn in the sessions. What does that say about where we're moving in 2025?
Yeah. Dave?
Well, I agree. It's interesting. One of the dealership groups that we were looking forward to visiting, they called us and they weren't able to come in at all. They'd actually tried to charter a plane to come down and couldn't make it. So they're like, could we just do a Zoom call right now with you from the floor?
There you go.
And so, let's do it. Pull out a computer, get on the Zoom call. And we basically had brought NADA to them.
There you go.
And it was a very successful meeting for us. And so you see that time in and time out, And it's really exciting to be a part of this group here. You just see that enthusiasm because I think, just like back in the summertime, the industry went through another several week challenge with the security outage there, CDK. I know we jumped through hoops to be able to build our own dashboard for our customers to be able, because we were still booking appointments from the dealer.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get visibility to them.
Right.
We built our own dashboard, shipped it out to them, and they just kept on, even if they had to write it on paper to document the
Hey, this is
visit,
who's
they
coming
just
in.
keep going. So this is a tough group.
It is. I mean, gosh dang it, like, if anybody had anything that happened the last 12 months on their bingo card, we have pushed through so much, and really, I feel like come out on the other side stronger. Had we had this event 3 to 4 months ago, 6 months ago, the energy would be, I think, defeated and at a loss. And like, I just keep trying all these things and nothing's working. Why are the things that I know should sell cars not working? And we obviously are not seeing that. Like, I have not seen one bit of anybody who's had their ass kicked.
No.
It's all resilience. Like, we come right back to that word. It's all the ability to pivot. It is innovation, and everybody's ready to just really not make any more excuses in 2025. And I think that you guys have a product that is going to help people with that. The proactivity. Obviously, the last 2 years, AI has been the big buzzword. It's, what can I do with AI? How can I simplify what I'm doing? How do I make it any better? And you guys have a product that is helping with that. And actually, I want to talk about that and what the zone of impact is of that. What all do you guys touch within the dealership?
Well, we're mostly focused on service, right? Like, to put it simplistically, we just want customers to be able to do business with us without trying. Right? If you go to the web schedulers, you have to tell them your make, your model, your year, your mother's maiden name to book an appointment.
Right.
We just want to simplify that. And for the customers that still want to call in or need to call in, then AI can handle 60% of that. And then we just get up to the right people at the right time. And we just want to make it easier for our customers to do business with us, because otherwise they're going down the street, they're going to Jiffy Lube, they're going to 5-minute oil change.
Yeah.
And they're not getting the service that they would get if they came to us.
Exactly.
Right. And dealers know that, right? No dealer wants to not do a good job. It's just in some ways it's a set it and forget it, right? I got a web scheduler, I'm good. I got phones, I'm good.
Right.
And they just set it and forget it, not by choice, but by chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what we want to solve, is just be where the customer wants to find us and make it easy for them to do business with us.
I like that. What do you think? I've seen a lot of AI companies here, and I don't mean to put you on the spot like this, but what sets you guys apart from the other AI companies here?
Simplicity. Right, Dave?
I would say that, but I would say there's a lot of people that are claiming the title of AI, right?
Yeah.
AI gets embedded in a lot of things, right? And And I look at it as we're not really selling AI, we're selling solutions.
Right.
We use AI, we use automation, we use big data, we use all sorts of analytics. There's a lot of things that go in there. AI is a big component of it, but it's not just selling the technology, it's building it into a platform that makes the experience better for the user. It makes the operational performance and the KPI performance better for the dealer.
Right.
The dealer is really interested in the customer experience, but really just to the degree of, well, does that convert that customer into a lifetime customer for me? Does it create a atmosphere where they want to come and deal with us? Have we built an element of trust in our relationship with them, right? Do they get what they need when they need it? Right?
Yeah.
And so part of what we do actually is to go back and work with our dealership base and explain to them sometimes it's their policies that are creating some of the dissatisfaction.
It's true.
As an example, sometimes when when you're booking an appointment, whether you're going to get a rental car or not. Okay, it's a fair question to ask. But then, if the answer is yes, the policy of the dealership is, well, you got to call the dealership to make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, why is that necessary to put that now extra burden on the basis of the customer?
Right.
It's just one more opportunity for them to
Obviously, if they were comfortable with a phone call, they would have called you first instead of going to your website.
Yeah, or they're doing this at 2:00 in the morning, right? And now I got to get up tomorrow and call you and hope it's not a Monday morning when I can never get through anyway. So we're trying to make sure that the dealers understand and we can bring to their visibility the things that they're doing. Sometimes, or most of the times, without meaning, that's actually causing poor customer experience.
Do you guys handle both sales and service, or you're really just service focused?
We're pretty service focused. The only piece we're touching in sales right now is the service to sales equity mining piece, where they're coming to you anyway. Their car's going to be there. Let's ask them to go ahead and get an appraisal. Yeah. Right? They're there.
Exactly.
And we send that directly through to the CRM, whether the dealer wants it to be their used car manager or the best guy on the floor. They get to pick, but we send them there. That's really the only piece of sales that we're touching. We're pretty service focused.
Good. It's nice when you find a niche and you're like, this is like the one thing I'm really good at. I'm not messing with anything else. I'm good at this one thing.
Yeah. Y'all sell the cars. We're going to service.
Exactly.
There's other crossover points that we'll be able to do. I mean, ultimately, our mission is to make the customer experience better holistically across the dealership there. But there's a lot of people focused on the front end of the business right now. And right now, the back end of the business is the part of the business that makes most of the profits. And in an environment like we are now, where new car sales are down, we're relying more than ever on their service department to be able to generate the profits for the dealership. And so that's where we focus on.
So I want to ask, this thought just came up in my head. I was actually having a conversation with a general manager the other day about fixed ops, and leads me to wonder, do you guys do anything to assist with CSI? So, survey reminders, things like that would help, the dealership CSI scores.
Well, not just a survey reminder. As soon as that RO is closed, Blink sends a text and says, how was your experience? Is it 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4, 5? And the customers that want to complain, they will.
Yeah.
And they need to. And we can get that alert over to the service manager before the OEM does, right?
Yeah.
So that they can handle it. The biggest one that I've seen in the platform so far with the alerts is it took 2.5 hours to get an oil change. I actually saw one where the guy was kind of cheeky and he was like, well, instead of taking 5.5 hours for an oil change, it only took 2 this time. But he's still complaining because it's still...
Yeah, that's still too long.
It's still too long. But if we can get in front of them faster and get that alert over so that they can handle it, figure it out, CSI is huge. I mean, it's huge for relationships, but it's also huge for money. I mean, it is what it is. Like, OEMs are paying for better CSIs.
Right. If I'm a dealer or a service manager or a general manager and I'm listening to this right now, how do I know that I'm at the point where I should probably reach out to you guys and ask for help?
I think there's a couple of ways. I mean, you've got some real cues. If your phones are ringing, that's an indication that, one, the phones are being overburdened, but the problem isn't usually the phones. The problem is upstream, are having a poor digital experience. People are having difficulty engaging with the dealer,
Yeah.
in some other way. Now they're asked to use phones, and so that's a key indicator there. But if you go into your service bay in the afternoon, if there's nobody in there, if they're not in there working on a car, that means you got a workflow issue as well, right?
Yeah.
And typically what that's a result of is people that couldn't book an appointment very efficiently. They just show up in the morning. Now they're competing for the same resources that people that did have an appointment, so they're all pissed off.
Yeah.
And what happens is they get rushed through in the morning as best they can. And then there's nobody scheduled in the afternoon. So all of our algorithms kind of point people, we push people to make afternoon appointments so that we could even out the workflow.
Right.
And then leave a bit of capacity in the morning, because you are going to have people that just show up.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a little bit of capacity there so you can accommodate all of them without all suffering from not being able to get their coffee and it taking way too long to get a service.
Yeah.
We actually identified 19 different KPIs that most dealerships are working towards, and we directly impact 9 of them. So it's a big footprint across the nation.
Yeah, for sure. So looking forward into 2025, are you guys going to be, obviously this is the Super Bowl of automotive conferences. Everybody's at this one. If you're anybody and you're not here, sorry, but you're missing out. What other conferences or events do you guys see that you'll be at through the rest of this year?
Well, we want to take a huge sponsorship for our OEMs, right? Like we want to be where the dealers want to be.
Right.
Mopar, big one. Nissan, Infiniti, we're sponsored there. So we want to be where the dealers want to be.
Right.
Not to naysay on some of the other shows, but it's not where the dealers want to be.
Yeah.
It's this show, and then it's with their OEMs and with their people, and that's where we want to be.
Yeah. I was talking to the guest that I had over here before. She used to own an independent dealership, and we were talking about the I-80As and the fact that they're so overlooked, the independent dealers.
They are.
Because, we went to our very first NI-ADA, so the national one, in 2023, and we come to so many of these events, like several a year, and you get used to seeing the same booths over and over again. Goo Goo Goo, Cox Automotive, Cars.com, Car Gurus, they're at all the events. And then you go to NI-ADA, where it's a focus on, pre-owned and independents, and you don't see those names. It's a lot of names you don't know, and you're like, I don't even know who these are. And there's this giant CRM company, and I'm like, I've never even heard of them. Dealer Center. I found out Dealer Center was made for independent stores, and I'd never heard of them until that event. And so I think that we've got to do a better job of bringing these solutions that we're offering to the franchise stores down to the independent level, because they're going to be the next round of franchise stores, or they're going to be the next auto groups that grow and expand. And I would really like to see. I found out that there's an IADA meeting in every state. Every single state has one, and their dealers go to those because they're like, I don't have any other resources to learn from, to grow from, to connect with. And so they're really good opportunities. I don't know if you guys...
I agree with you.
Agencies.
Yeah.
State ADAs.
Yeah.
But even then, now there's 50 states, right? That's a lot of burden for a company, particularly an early stage startup company, to try to hit 50 places. So, of course, you can do that with the bigger states. That's a good thing. But we need to find other means to be able to get to the smaller areas. We focus a lot on dealership groups, and they oftentimes will have stores in
multiple states.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that doing more digital kind of events that are smaller, more inclusive kinds of things, a little bit more intimate, where people can actually ask questions and not be intimidated, by crowds and things like that. And even with the number of people here, there's still a lot of people in the dealership that just don't make it here.
Yeah,
right?
no. It's the higher levels.
Exactly. Yeah.
But sometimes you need to be in with those lower level people. Service advisors are sometimes more in tune with what's going on than the service manager or the general manager or the dealer principal.
And they can speak to the problems that the customers are having much better too, because they're the ones that face the wrath if things go.
Or let's talk to our VDC managers, right?
Absolutely.
One of the least loved departments in the industry is sometimes the heartbeat of the industry.
Yeah.
And, I think when AI entered the scene, we did a poor job of saying, we're going to replace you.
Yeah.
We're not.
Oh yeah, no,
We
that's
don't
how
need
everybody
to.
took it.
Yeah, we don't need to. We don't want to replace you.
We want to make you more
better,
efficient. Yeah.
right? Like let AI handle the basics, and then you guys can handle the most important, the outreach,
Exactly.
the customers that need your love. And my heart goes out to our BDC managers because that job is hard.
Oh yeah.
That job, the service advisors as well. That job not easy.
Yeah. No, it takes tough skin for sure. Thick skin. The ability to handle some crap and put it away at the end of the day so you don't take it home to your family, because it's very very seldom that somebody like goes over above and beyond to thank their service advisor and be kind to them. Yeah. They always usually get the other end of that. So
Yes.
That's true.
it's
Loveless department.
it's a thankless
hard.
job.
But on the other hand, though, too, the BDCs ought to be working on the toughest problems, right? Where you really need a person
Yes.
that can do that and to be able to fully understand what that customer's intent is, and that's what we can do. We can identify using our AI those situations where, like this customer is not a simple booking thing. This customer has a real problem, they're out stuck, they need to tow, whatever the case may be. And then we get it to somebody that can handle that, hopefully 24 hours a day.
Yeah. And honestly, so many of the questions, I don't know if it's the same on the service BDC side. We only do sales. But on the sales BDC side, we get, I would say 90% of our questions are something the customer could find out by looking on the website. And so if that AI tool can just scrape through the website, look at all the things they have, customer asks that question, bam, boom, it's right over there. That is so much time that my agent does not have to spend scrolling through and Command F searching and finding that information because the customer was too lazy to keep scrolling.
Yeah.
So making sure that we're saving them for the problems that they have and that they need to address, like when somebody actually has a specific issue that needs to be addressed, like save them for that and quit burning them out. The BDC is such a high burnout job, and we can save it.
Yeah.
100%. Thank you both so much for coming to talk with me today. I hope your guys' booth is crazy busy over there and that you guys get all the demos and get to do all the things. And I can't wait to see you at the next event, whichever one we end up at together.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Shasta. It's been
Absolutely.
great.
Thank you.
It's Chicks in Charge and Dave.
Yes. We'll make you an honorary chick.
Honorary chick for
Honorary
today.
card
I'll
chick.
take that. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Check out Blink AI all over online, social media. Check out Ashleigh and Dave. They're making the solutions happen for dealers. So catch us next time.
Chicks rule.
Thank you guys both so much. That was awesome.
This episode is brought to you by Authenticom, the business behind the automotive business. And this is Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Help us grow. Rate and review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.